Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for July 9th, 2023. I'll hit restart so my time's accurate. Alrighty, what do we want to do here? I'm interested in, oh yes, nines, okay. I was going to say I'm interested in anything that eliminates from this vertically because of the placement of these digits, but I just noticed the 9 actually just gets placed in this box, so that's nice. So now what we have is anything that's going to go here, or like this 1 over here, is going to cause pointing in the other direction, which could be quite useful. Nothing quite immediately from that 1. The 6 and the 9 are already placed in here. But we probably should ask about 6s and 9s in the column. So 9s are here. We do have the 2s as well. Oh, 2 is placed. Very nice. 7... There is a crossing on 7 here, but it's not enough. Okay, I am... technically I'm doing horizontal, but really I'm just focused on this box at the moment. I think that's really all we get. There's like nothing going on here. We have a 1 and a 9 here, and we have a 1 and a 9 here. Well, 9s, I guess, are interesting because we have 4 of them looking into this box, so that does leave just there for 9. I'm going to see where all the 9s are and see if we can finish them. We have the 9s here, and then... Aha, yes. So we have this 9, and then I believe we have this 9, and that should... Let's see. Yeah, we have this 9 and this 9, and the 9s are done. Very nice. Okay, what do we want to do next? The 1s I was looking at? 1's up here, but not resolved. I really think that's all we get from... I keep saying that and I keep looking at more things, but yeah, the 5 crossing doesn't really do anything. Okay, let's go to the next band here. This 6 is just placed from these two 6s looking in. Can we follow up with the 6? Let's go, yeah, the 6 in one of these two. That's helpful, maybe. The 3 looking in puts a 3 in one of these two, and then that joins this 3 to look right, putting a 3 over here. 6s, are 6s almost done? Oh, actually, we can place this 6 here because of the 6s looking in. And then, okay, so this is how, yeah, so we end up with these 6s here, and I think that's all the boxes, yeah. So we just ended up with this little X-wing on 6s up here. Let's see. What else can we do? 2 is in here somewhere. And that joins this 2 and this 2 to place this 2. We're just placing this row from left to right. Now we got the 9 before the 6, I think. Let's see. There are 4 left here. I am curious what those are, at least. I am going to fill them, actually. So the 3 goes here. We need a 4 and a 5 and an 8. Okay, so this is only 4 or 8, which means the 5 is also over here for the row, which will claim 5s up here. None of these can be 5. I'm not sure that that does much. Oh, I am seeing these two 5s, though. Now that I'm scanning 5s, that places a 5 here. And so now we know there's a 5 in one of these two because of this 5. Okay. There's 4 left in this box. We need a 1, 4, 7, 8, it looks like. So the 1 is here. Doesn't really do anything otherwise. Let's look here. There's a lot going on here. Let's start with this triple. So we need a 3, 4, and 8. It's restricted, but I don't think it's... Yeah, it's not resolved. What's going on here? This is 3, 4, 7, 8. This sees the 7. Okay, so 7 has only one place in this column. Can't go here. It can't go in these two. So 7 goes there. And that places the 7 here because we have 3 7s looking into the box. We might be able to do more with 7s. These 7s look down. This 7 looks over. So there's a 7 here. And then this 7 and this 7 put a 7 here. That looks up with this 7, and this 7 looks in. So there's a 7 here. These two 7s look up, this 7 looks in, so there's 7 here. So we end up with this X-Wing and this X-Wing on 7s. I'm seeing something interesting, which is I do believe this is a hidden 6-7 pair. I think we can just do that for the row. But an interesting way to see that, it's not necessary to see it this way, but it's fun, and I like to point out fun things. 6s are in one of these 4 cells, right? Let's actually color that. And then 7s are in one of these 4 cells. We'll color that. So can I avoid putting a 6 in one of these two? No, I can't, because then I would have two 6s up here. Can I avoid putting a 7 in one of these two? No, I can't, because then I'd have two 7s here in this row. Therefore, there must be a 6 in one of these two, and there must be a 7 in one of these two, so that's 2 values for 2 cells. So that's a hidden 6-7 pair caused by overlapping X-Wings. But because they all share the same band, we probably can just say it's a 6-7 pair for this row. So this can't be 6-7. Because of our corner marks, we know these can't be 6-7, and we see these 6-7s here. So it's just a fancy way of seeing a hidden 6-7 in the row, but it's still fun, isn't it? Sometimes seeing something that's more complicated can sometimes actually just be easier than seeing the technically easier thing. Just because something's simpler to explain doesn't mean it's easier to spot, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. This can be 2, 4, or 8, and actually this column needs a 2, and this 2 looks in, so the 2 goes here. Of course, then I go and explain it, and it ends up taking longer than just the simple way, but my job is to be instructive rather than to be fast. This feels like it ought to be a naked single. Look at everything looking at it. But let's just do the whole row, because there's only 3 left. We need 3, 4, and 8. It actually isn't a naked single. But the 4 goes over here, and that claims the box. That means these can't be 4. So 4, yeah, we knew 4 was down here from the triple, or for the box in general. Okay. I don't think I've really finished my normal scanning, but we've gotten to the point in the puzzle where things are starting to collapse already. Yeah, I haven't really done any vertical scanning, so there's probably some obvious stuff I'm missing just because I haven't gotten to it yet. There's a 4 in one of these two. I do wonder about this hidden 6-7, whether that helps at all. But I mean, I marked it, but it doesn't really seem to do much. Okay, what else can we do vertically here? This feels like, I guess I could mark 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, okay, we need a 4 in this column. The 4 goes here. That's helpful. Don't need those corner marks anymore. This is a 1-8 pair, so that means this cannot be 8. This can't be 4 or 7, which are 2 of the digits this column needs. So it can't be 1 or 2. It could be 3, but it can't be 4. It can't be 5. It could be 6. It can't be 7, 8, or 9. So it's only 3, 6. Okay, good to know. Not resolved, though. This is 3 or 8. Also not resolved. All right, let me think about this cell here. It sees 6. But otherwise, I think it can be any of 3, 4, 7. Let's see. It can't be 1, 2. Could be 3, 4. Can't be 5. Can't be 6. Could be 7. Does it see an 8? Yeah, the 1-8 pair. That's why. Okay. And it sees this 9. So I was right. It's 3, 4, 7. This is like annoyingly unresolved. The 4 is here. I think that's good to note. The hidden 6-7 did remove 4 from here. So the 4 is in one of these two. So these 4s look in, putting a 4 down here somewhere. I'm not sure how helpful that is, but this is going to be a pair because we have this triple down here. So we're going to need a 1 and 8. No, not 8. What am I missing? 4. 1 and 4. Okay. So these 4s line up. And when you see, there's 2 ways to explain this logic, and either way is perfectly fine to see. the way a lot of people like to do it is you see that these two 4s are lining up. And so there's two 4s because this box has a 4 and this box has a 4. So there's two 4s and only two columns covered, right? Two columns can cover those 4s. So what we're saying is we can't have any more 4s in these two columns because there's going to be one here and there's going to be one here, and we only get two 4s for the columns. So these can't be 4. That's one way to see it. Another way to see it is to look at the column that they aren't occupying and note that it's going to be either claiming or a hidden single, because by definition of having the 4s limited here, the 4s can't be in any of these. So we only have to look up here for 4s in this column, and we can see because of our corner marks that the 4 goes here. So either way you want to see that, it has the same effect, because you're either going to claim from the column and eliminate from here, or you're going to just use these to directly eliminate from here. Either way, you get the same result. This is going to be a quad, which may or may not be interesting. Let's take a look. We are going to need a 2, which is over here. So let's mark that. We need a 3 as well. I don't think there's any restrictions on 3s. And then we need 5 and 8. Just this 5 here. That's a shame. So these are 1, 3, 5, 8. Just the 5 also. All right, what else can I see over here? This is also for 1, 3, 5, 8, but it can be any of them. I think I'm choosing to mark a little bit too much in this puzzle, but it feels like I'm close to done, which is why I'm just marking stuff up. But maybe there's still something to see here, because it's not really finishing, is it? How about this row? We need 1, 3, 4, 8. Okay, so we know the 1's not here because of this 1, and then there's a 4 in this column. I have a 3, 8 pair in this column. Maybe that's something important. There's 4 left in the column. Let's bake in the 3, 8 pair. So we have a 1, we need a 2. Well, we need a 2, and it can only go here. Because we have these two 2s seen here. This hidden 6, 7 eliminated 2 from there. And then these can't be 2 because they see 2s. So that's a 2. And we are removing a 5 corner mark when we do that. So what we want to do is we want to scan for where the other 5 corner marks are in the box. There's only one of them. So that's going to be a 5. Taking that 5, yeah, it did take away a 4 corner mark. So we want to look for 4 corner marks. And then that took a 3 corner mark. And then finally we can finish the box with an 8. So that just completely finished the whole box because we had so much cornered, which is a big advantage of being able to corner mark like that. Because you can just boop, 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 just finish the box really, really fast, based on work that you already performed in the grid. These are 6, 7, and something. 5, 6, 7. So the 5 goes here. Neither of these can be 5. And that is going to finish off our kind of X-wingy thing. So that used up a 6, so that's going to be 6, 7. And then this 6 means there's a 6 here, and this 7 means there's a 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 8. Let's just mark it. These are from 1, 2, 3, 7. These are from 1, 2, 3, 8. 8 is limited to be up here. We kind of already have that marked, but we might as well corner it. We have this 5, 8 pair, so this is going to be a pair. Probably should have looked at that earlier. It's a 1, 7 pair. I guess it's not resolved, but it does mean this can't be 1. We already have the 1s marked up here. I shouldn't have had this 1 in the first place. So this is 5, 8, but it can't be 5. So this is 8 and 5, and that should... It feels like that should finish the puzzle, is what I'm trying to say. And it does appear to be doing quite a lot at the very least. Like you can't recover from this. The puzzle's done. There's no way that the puzzle's gonna hold us anymore. There we go. Cool. Well, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed finding this 6, 7 hidden pair. I think that was actually very, very useful to find, because there were a couple points where we noticed like, oh, this can't be 4, or oh, this can't be 2, and then that does something. And actually having noticed it through the X-wing, I'm not sure I would have seen it otherwise, because this row was almost completely empty. of marks. But because I had the corner marks in these cells for the 6s and 7s, you can see they did end up, I mean, of course they did, but they did end up like that. Because we had those corner marks in there, it actually sort of exposed that 6-7 hidden pair, if you know what you're looking for, the overlapping X-wings. You can get that, by the way, with normal X-wings. It doesn't have to be limited to the band. The fact that it was limited to the band actually made it less powerful because, well, not less powerful, but there was a simpler way to explain it. But you can get that outside of... let me see if I can invent something like that just to show what I'm talking about. I'm trying to find if there would have been one in this puzzle with a weird situation. So 8 and 8 maybe, and then 2. No, I can't do those. I don't know. Let me clear the grid out. And let's just do something fake here. So let's say I've got 3s somehow limited like this, and I'll explain exactly what I mean by somehow limited like that. And then let's just say also 8s. So let's say that throughout the course of their solve, you notice that in this column, 3 is limited to these 2. Let's actually make that green. Let's color this purple. So in this column and this column, 3s are limited to green. It's not actually true, but let's say you figure that out. It's in some weird solve path. And then in this column, in the same 2 columns, 8s are also limited to purple, right? So you have X-wings here. So individually, these are X-wings. So you'd be able to eliminate 3 from these cells, basically the whole row that isn't green, because, and if you haven't counted the X-wing before, I'll explain it. It's actually pretty easy to understand. These columns get 2 3s. There are only 2 3s available for these columns. We know where they are. One of them's in this green set and one of them's in this green set. And we can't do them like this or like this. So they're going to be making this X pattern. They're going to either be going across like this or they're going to be going across like this. We don't know how, but we know they're going to be doing that. And so basically what we can say is we can say, well, these 2 rows also only get 2 3s. And we know that there are 2 3s in the green. And so because there are 2 3s in the green and only 2 3s in the rows, we can't put any more 3s in the rows. So these could not be 3. And then we can do the same thing with 8s. These would not be able to be 8s. Now you'll notice that the overlapping X-wings do just automatically do this with the eliminations, but they are going to cause this to be a hidden 3-8 pair for the same reason that we saw earlier. And it's because we can't put both 3s here. We can't put both 8s here. So one of these is going to be 3 and one of these is going to be 8. That's 2 digits for 2 cells. So that is going to be a hidden 3-8 pair. So that can actually be useful beyond with having that happen within a band, I guess is just my point. So anyway, hope that was interesting at least. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.